Alright guys, it's time to talk about Thena, or the, on the channel for the first time, at least about technical analysis. Now, I did make a price prediction YouTube short long ago, and a lot of people told me that I was crazy, this is going to the moon and whatever. I sold, really early, of course. I always do that, and this went up about 3 times more, we can say. And yeah, it has fallen pretty hard. So it actually went back down to about 19.5 cents, guys. And yeah, right now it's struggling with this 59-cent daily resistance at the moment. Now, today, I don't know what has happened. I haven't looked at X yet, but this has pumped through a lot of resistances. So, but it is still pretty high up here. The wick is still very short. Let's look at this on a 4-hour time frame. Yeah, it still looks pretty good. The 1-hour time frame still looks pretty good too. So yeah, this has potential at least to close, above this 59-cent mark. Now we do need to look at the other technicals, of course, but basically the pump started back yesterday on the 14th of July. So something happened yesterday, and there was probably some anticipation down here. You can see it started moving up on the 10th and 11th of July, basically. So yeah, it's cutting through some major resistances, and it's looking pretty good. Now looking at the volume profile, you can see we are right here, and we are in the middle of the third largest candle for volume. Now once we get above about 85 cents or so right here, the volume drops off really significantly. Now the point of control is actually at 25 cents, and we are well above that, so I don't think we're going to come back to that. So volume wise, this is looking better and better. And yeah, I think this is going to probably face just a tiny resistance here between about $1.50 to about $1.68. You do have this kind of little bit bigger, node, we can say, but this is really nothing up here, guys. There is very, very, very little volume. You can see this pretty much dropped like a rock, and just consolidated, mostly between let's say about 37 cents down to about 19 cents. So yeah, that's why you see this large candle down here. Now looking at the Bollinger Bands on a weekly time frame, you can see it basically started back in April, where you got some Bollinger Bands, and then you can see this is probably the most narrow point that it's ever been. Now I know it's hard to see because there's so many daily supports and resistances here, but you can see this has really come in. It's actually a little bit pinching, I would say. And that's probably why we're getting a little bit of a pop here on the weekly time frame. The daily time frame also, if we zoom in here, yeah, it was pretty narrow through here. If we go back a little bit, you can see this was much wider. It's, a little bit more consistently wide, we can say. We did have kind of a pinch right there, but this is pretty narrow, and I think that's why we're getting a little bit of a pop too. So we're getting a pop on the daily and the weekly time frame at pretty much the same time, so that's a good thing. Because Thena is so new, guys, there's not much on the weekly time frame here, so it doesn't make sense to look at with the RSI and the stochastic. Now the daily time frame is getting overheated, and yeah, this has gone up, like I said. Now if I look at my phone, it's 86% up, guys. So I do think we're going to get into a point where it's going to need to cool down. 4-hour time frame, yeah, same thing, guys, overheated on both the stochastic and RSI. Now the 1-hour time frame is not overheated yet with the stochastic, but the RSI is. So this is probably going to get overheated here shortly on the stochastic. Now the 15-minute time frame coming down, but the RSI is overheated. But yeah, the stoch is kind of in the middle, but yeah, it's coming down. So pretty much all time frames, I would say, it shows that this is probably going to cool off. So let me get rid of these, and let's look at the next resistance and support. So yeah, if we look at this, 59 cents I think is going to provide a lot of resistance. I don't expect it would go above 64.6 cents, this next resistance. But hey, it could shock me. The bigger resistance up here is 70.5 cents. That is a weekly resistance. So if it does happen to push through these resistances, then yeah, I definitely don't think it's going through 70.5 cents. Now looking at the MACD, because Thena is so new, we don't really have any information on the weekly or monthly time frames, guys. Taking a look at the daily, the lines have actually never really been so high, guys. It is actually also starting to print some green candles here, at least on the daily time frame. These are dark green candles, and this green candle right here is quite big compared to actually it goes back to about February, where we haven't had such a green candle. So this is really heavily pointed to the upside. There's no telling how high this can really go, but I do think this can go a lot higher, guys. Now, Thena is the number 944 coin at the moment. There is a circulating supply of only 55 million, guys. The max supply is 310 million. Now, keep in mind, guys, that is why this coin can really fly. What is Thena, though? A lot of people ask. It is a decentralized exchange. So, not bad in my opinion, this coin, but it just needed some time to really come down to the lows. And I think it's already hit the lows for sure, guys. I don't think it's going back to 19 or 20 cents anytime soon. Now, the all-time high, it says here, was $4.03. Now, like I said, I did sell this coin a little bit early. And I actually have it right here, guys. I sold it at $1.40. Pretty much I sold it, I think that's about 26 seconds right after the open, guys. And yeah, I didn't really look back. I had $23.50 profit from this. Yeah. It did go up to, what, $4.03, but it also went down to 19 cents like I told people it would. Because what I usually tell people is these launchable coins, they just need time to settle, and then you can look back. It's something like Portal, guys. I sold it over $4. My average in Portal now is 10 cents. So I put the money into another coin that was proven. For example, Theta, or I put it into Polkadot or something, guys. But I don't hold these coins, especially when they're just launched. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim bonuses on some of my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have 10 exchanges that I have partnerships with here, and I also have Moodix here, guys. You can get a free 7-day trial, and you can follow me on X here. Now, taking a quick look at Bitcoin, guys, we can say that there is a support level here at 116,000, but this is only a daily support. And I would say this is not a very strong daily support, but we did get support here today. And a couple of days ago, you can see the transition here. So this is probably a daily support. I'm going to mark it off for now, but I don't see the reason to mark off any other daily or weekly supports or resistances for now. Now, we have closed the CME gap, so this is a good thing, and I do think we're going to get a little bit of a bounce now. Ethereum, on the other hand, looks a little bit better than Bitcoin. It is trying to punch through 3,071. Yesterday it also tried, and it got a little bit higher of a wick here, so that is actually a good sign too. But let's see where this closes in a few hours, but it is looking good. Now, the total market cap, guys, we have actually gotten over the 1.31 trillion at the moment, but we are not too far above that. Next resistance is up here at 1.34 trillion. We hit it yesterday and got a rejection. So let's see where this goes. Now, like I said, that CME gap is closed, and we did, crash through that, and we do need to get a little bit of a bounce, but we are at 117, 135 here on the CME. Now, one of the most important charts that we have to look at, guys, is the Bitcoin dominance. Look at this candle we have today. We are getting very close to this trend line. This trend line goes back about 3 years, guys. And once we break that, that will be a mega sign. Now, after that, we need to get below 60.46%. And then I will personally say it's altcoin season. But this is looking very promising. We've had like 11 or 12 candles here, I think. And only one has been green. So I do think it is coming, but look at this, guys. We had a bigger fall back here, and we got that bounce and made, another higher high here on the dominance. So it's not over yet, guys. Don't celebrate just yet, but it's looking promising. Now, one thing that is kind of moving against the dominance here is the USDT dominance. So people are actually selling their coins, probably Bitcoin though, and keeping it in USDT. So you can see here we do have a little bit of a bounce on the support at 4.31%. There is this resistance here though, So I do think eventually this will get pushed under the 4.31%. The next support, though, is 3.8% for USDT dominance. Another reason why we see Bitcoin headed down is the dollar is getting a little bit stronger, and it has actually broken this resistance. This resistance goes back to March, end of March, guys. So it has finally broken that. Actually, it has retested that as well. If we zoom in, you'll see, and it's getting a bounce now. So this is going against Bitcoin at the moment. Now, the altcoin season index has gone up by 2. It was at a 35, now at a 37. The liquidation heat map, actually 521 million have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. It's mostly longs though, guys, so that's not good in my opinion. Now, the fear and greed is a 73. Yesterday is 74. We will get the next update in about 5 hours. Now, if we take a look at the bull market peak indicators, all 30 of them, still 0 have been hit. It's still 100% hold, guys. Now, if we take a look at the Pi cycle top indicator, this is the best indicator in my opinion, guys. Still far from crossing. Now, tomorrow we do have PPI. Today we had CPI, guys. It was excellent. So if we get good PPI, guys, I do think the FedWatch tools is going to change. It still says it's a 97.5% chance, though, that we're not getting a cut. Now, keep in mind there's still about 15 days until the next meeting, but I do think with a good PPI tomorrow, this is going to drastically change. If not, Trump is going to be very unhappy with Powell, and who knows what will happen at that point. Now, like I said, guys, the U.S. core CPI was actually very good, 0.1525 positive, so it's green. Anything, above 0.1, whether that's positive or negative, is actually pretty big. Now, if we go up here, guys, we'll see that the sentiment is still risk off. The trend is sideways, but it looks like it's starting to slow down because it's a little bit lighter red. Today, a little bit negative, but just slightly. It was 0.04 points, guys. Week is still positive, year also, but the month is also still slightly negative. Now, inflation has actually ticked up from, I think 1.71 yesterday to 1.82. Still actually very good, in my opinion, and that's what the Fed is looking for. Now, if we take a look at crypto bubbles, guys, it looks good as well. Many of the coins today are in the green. Now, if you want to stake your coins, your Thena actually, go to Coinondo. There's only one deal found though. It's on Binance and it's flexible. You have this limit with the Thena and you're getting 32.6%. But this tends to fluctuate very big because Thena is up right now, as I look at it, 81%. So, when this comes down, the percentage will come down, guys. So this is not going to be forever. Anyways, keep that in mind. Now, if you like this video, guys, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys. Check out some of those deals that I have below in the description. Of course, I do get a little bit of commission when you use my links, guys, but it helps keep this channel growing, helps keep me motivated, helps keep me going. And I just want to thank everybody for your support. And I'll see you guys in the next video.